We want to begin now with some breaking news. Rapper Lil Durk is...
No, you had put that hit out on that boy, so you've been trying to avoid karma.
After new evidence surfaced in court accusing Lil Durk of another murder for hire, rappers immediately reacted. It was announced Durk has been indicted on an additional murder for hire charge tied to the death of Stephen Mack. Authorities believe Mack was targeted in retaliation for the death of Durk's brother, D-Tang. During the hearing, the government informed defense attorneys it may file supplemental charges by June 3rd, 2026. These new allegations would introduce 2 additional incidents as supporting evidence connected to Mack's death. The news quickly caught Charleston White's attention.
Ain't nobody laughing at Durk. Now it ain't funny. Now your favorite rapper go to jail and look like he got a no bond like me. But that boy got a federal no bond. You know you had put that hit out on that boy, so you've been trying to avoid karma. They say karma is real. I say it ain't real. I say you reap what you sow. They say that's...
It even led another rapper to post. Let's be real. We all know Jam is snitching on Durk, trying to save himself from these cases. Damn snitch. The comment sparked Jam's first Instagram post in over a year. Reports claim Durk's alleged informant Jam was targeting Vaughnoff 1,700 over snitch accusations. Jam fired back on IG, saying, "You're one of those rappers I'd smack. It's plenty out west who know I'm not to be played with. I treat you all like kids. You're just a rapper. Stick to wordplay. Don't use my name for clout. Lil boy, that's not smart." All this unfolded as Jam faced exposure for allegedly cooperating.
There's a guy named OTF Jam.
That was wired.
Very ironic name.
Jam
now
got
he
him
put
in
everyone
a
in a jam.
Did 12 years.
12
got
years.
out, interviewed, said he kept it real, brought him cars, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case. But eventually he...
But in reality, Lil Durk wasn't exposed by an OTF member this time. Instead, a street associate allegedly involved in the Stephen Mack hit was tricked behind bars by a federal informant. DJ Academics reported that one of Durk's alleged affiliates confessed details to a cellmate who turned out to be undercover. Investigators claim Durk paid him to retaliate for Thang's death.
He gets locked up in a cell, and they give him a cellmate. He tells his cellmate who he murdered, how he murdered him, the homie he did the murder with, and who was supposed to pay him for the murder. Thank you. Come again. Perfect. Got him. So he confessed, essentially. He's talking to a cellmate. Listen to how he's talking to his cellmate, chat. Yeah, I had the standard, folk, with a 60 round in that on mic. I let 3 out when he first came out. Marley said, "Yo, wait till he get to the car." I say, "Yo, tweaking, boy." By the time he get to the car, that's enough time for him to get his pipe. Yo, so now the cellmate, who's a confidential source, is saying, "Tell me more."
Official court documents from a newly unsealed filing in the U.S. District Court of Chicago allege Durk Banks orchestrated the January 27th, 2022 killing of Stephen Mack, who was shot shortly after leaving the Youth Peace Center on West 111th Street in Roseland. According to the FBI, Mack led the Smashville faction of the Gangsta Disciples. The evidence federal agents claim to have gathered is shocking. They noted that on the day D-Tang died, Durk posted a tribute on Instagram. Then just 1 hour later, uploaded a video investigators are now scrutinizing.
What is this? Slap Khan. Well, look on that, yeah. Well, shout out, man. Okay. You gotta know your jewelry, like.
This immediately sparked reactions from creators covering Lil Durk's case.
Remo, this is my last no jumper. Durk already told me I wasn't supposed to come back up here with that last.
Now look what happened to him.
That man got kids. You talking about look what happened to him.
Definitely not happy about him.
I wouldn't be happy if you go to jail, Adam, because I know you got daughter. Break down.
There's multiple people who are no longer there for their kids as a result of that Durk allegedly called in.
Until they put that on black and white, sir. Stop throwing stuff on a black man who's trying to do something right for the community right now.
The feds have already put out a lot of information about this.
You don't have to put it out. You don't have to put it out.
So
this is a major platform.
You're not the boss of me. We talk about rap on here. I think it is well within our jurisdiction to talk about the fact
Jurisdiction?
that
What
Lil
type of
Durk
police
has been alleged to have ordered them
this?
Free smirk though.
free
man.
smirk, but also
It's a
maybe
police platform. This some police.
needs to sit down for a little and decide, hey, maybe I'm not anybody else.
We don't have no proof that
Well, they
we
literally
don't.
With the added murder for hire charge, it may explain why Lil Durk is reportedly being held under strict conditions in jail, including solitary confinement. Authorities are allegedly keeping him isolated, so he cannot receive updates about developments in his case.
They got Lil Durk in a hole for basically some BS, and right now we're gonna show the paperwork. They saying that he was caught with a cell phone, and basically that's not true. They trying to keep him in a hole, do a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing or whatever, but they trying to make a point because they saying that me and him is privileged and we got so many things going on, and it's a lot of BS.
It was at this point prosecutors revealed how Lil Durk allegedly financed the murder for hire plots. In court, they presented a 2022 selfie showing Durk with $1 million cash spread across a bathroom counter. The image was taken just weeks before a $1 million bounty was allegedly placed on Quando Rondo. Court filings state prosecutors believe Durk offered that bounty in 2022. Investigators also claim defendant banks directed trusted associates to recruit hitmen who flew to Southern California on August 18, 2022, targeting Quando. They argue the selfie served as proof to the shooters that the money was ready, with Durk's face included as confirmation. Court records further alleged co-conspirators were rewarded in other ways, including appearances in music videos and mentions in rap lyrics following the crime. While the alleged hitmen split the $1 million shown in Durk's bathroom, others who helped coordinate the attack, like DD, reportedly received a Durk feature on the track Block is Hot. However, prosecutors say this Fan Mac hit involved far less money. According to federal filings, Mike City AJ unknowingly told an undercover agent that Durk initially offered $70,000 for Mac, later attempting to raise it to $90,000. AJ allegedly met Durk during a February 17, 2022 podcast appearance to collect payment. After presenting this evidence, prosecutors moved to show King Von's death footage to the jury, and the judge approved it, ruling it demonstrates Durk's alleged motive for retaliation.
Testimony and video surveillance surrounding the death of King Von, and the motion to exclude this evidence was denied, meaning the judge is going to allow witnesses to testify about and allow the video of King Von to be played at the trial. And this is important because prosecutors wanted to use this evidence to argue that King Von is the reason or motive as to why Durk offered this bounty on Quando Rondo. And so with this ruling, the jury will get to see and hear about all of that.
Prosecutors are allowed to show the footage to the jury for two reasons, and the second is shocking. The first centers on lyrics they can use against Durk. In one track, he raps, "They be on my page like slide for Vaughn. I know they trolling me. Got it back in. Y'all don't know how it's supposed to be." Prosecutors plan to connect those bars to a DJ Academics interview, where Durk acknowledged seeing the slide for Vaughn comments online.
What are you talking about? By the slide for Vaughn comments. I don't know if people still say it. They used to say it, but you also mentioned a song. They be like, they be saying slide for Vaughn. I think they trolling me. Yo, by the way, that song is fire. I ain't gonna lie.
For some reason, I just don't see the comments no more. For some odd reason. I don't know. Might be the water.
Prosecutors will argue Durk was fully aware of the slide for Vaughn pressure. He addressed it in interviews and even referenced it in his music. In another song, he raps, "Don't respond to things about Vaughn, go get 'em. They dropping locations, I'm getting it done," and mentions tweeting "we're sliding." Authorities claim these lyrics reinforce their argument that Durk had motive, ignoring the comments publicly while allegedly preparing retaliation privately.
Now the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper. a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
The second reason prosecutors can show King Von's death footage is tied to rival rappers and online opponents who publicly celebrated Von's passing, fueling tension across the industry.
You heard that, considering the back and forth that y'all have had in your own ways. How did you feel?
So I kind of happy.
You were happy?
Can I say I was kind of happy? No, no, seriously, I was though. It was up. That, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, he did. But I was happy as when I found out Von was dead. I cooked for the whole day. Wild people.
When you looked at King Von getting, how did you feel? Considering the animosity between you guys up to that point.
Like my real first action thought, I was happy.
You're happy?
I was happy.
Prosecutors believe that if Durk retaliated, it would silence critics mocking Von's death. But here's where it shifts. Some think federal agents held this evidence back to see how Durk's legal team would respond. Before these revelations, many believed he could secure house arrest. High-profile attorney Bradford Cohen even posted, "Never underestimate Brian Steele. I like Durk's chances at trial. It's not a slam dunk and it's defendable." That followed commentary from another attorney who noted prosecutors had withdrawn key evidence. Now, it appears that move may have been strategic, dropping old material while preparing stronger additions.
Fact of the matter is, his trial team has won a number of points in this case. Some of the evidence that they wanted to use has actually been withdrawn so that the judge didn't have to exclude it. When they bought this case, they said the conspiracy started in August 2022. That's when Durk arranged to get these rentals, these flights. That's when he made arrangements for the bounty. Then they switched that and they said, actually, the conspiracy started back when Von, November 2020. And here's the big one. When they charged Durk, they said in the indictment about the bounty that at the direction of defendant Durk Banks, defendant Wilson, that's OTF Didi, would pay the bounty or monetary reward to the That's gone.
At one point, things appeared promising for Lil Durk. Reports stated he was in good spirits while calling his OTF crew from jail, especially after his lawyer publicly expressed confidence about winning at trial.
I got your speaker, I got Ike right here, I got Chucky right here, I got Mando right here. Who you gonna be get first? Who you gonna be beat that? Hey, what you on, big boy? And alive every day. It was simple.
Well, I'm asking about you. I'm on you.
You know that.
What you got going?
I'm working on EP, I'm feeling good as feeling good. I just rock on live. Like literally, you gonna see that when you live.
Durk was even seen as a strong favorite to beat the case after prosecutors added a fallback charge, often called a Hail Mary. That tactic is sometimes used when the government fears losing at trial, stacking extra counts in hopes of securing at least one conviction.
Added a fallback charge. So when they bought the case, the original indictment, there was no stalking charge. In the second superseding indictment against Durk, they added a stalking charge. And the stalking charge is important because it doesn't require any contract. No quid pro quo, no bounty, no payment theory. You can add that charge and simply prove that, hey, he was telling people to go do this. He didn't necessarily pay them to go do but he was telling them to go follow that guy. He was telling them to go stalk that guy. And a jury can look at it and say, a lot like in the Diddy case, that, hey, not exactly sure here. Very, very, very suspicious individual over here. I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with the lesser charge. And so, when the government puts in that fallback charge later in the case, that tells you that they're not 100% sure.
However, after the second murder for hire charge was added, Durk's team posted on Instagram, "Crazy how you gotta wait until it's dark to see who really with you." DJ Academics later claimed many rappers distanced themselves from him.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of the went on tour with, did songs with, called you they brother, they twin. I wouldn't be surprised if these rappers try to India them up. These are down low and dirty. And I think this is what, I think Durk right now is thinking that, man, I thought I was just with a whole bunch of real. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. And I feel bad for Durk. When King Slime got locked up, there was a whole parade. Free him! Free him! Free him! Oh, nah. Everybody would post details of the case. How is this humane? How could they do this? yo, free Slime. Durk got locked up. They might give that half a bar. Free Smirk, and they moved the. I'll give credit. I have heard some of these guys have sent lawyers. Good for that, but Smirk is in there, man, realizing the world don't stop spinning because you locked up.
One positive development from the hearing is that Durk's defense argues his lyrics and music fall under First Amendment protection, which would strengthen his push for release on house arrest.
There's a First Amendment argument here, right? That this violates the First Amendment. Can you talk about that?
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm expressing myself. I can say the things that I want to say in a rap record or any kind of record. And you could go back and there's country records and there are pop records and there are R&B records that talk about all kinds of things. It's just that there's this notion that with hip hop, quote, glorifying violence, that suddenly now we're going to use these things to prosecute them. But does that mean that the free speech, the First Amendment has gone away? No, absolutely not. He can absolutely rap about what he wants to rap about, and that doesn't mean just because the story.
After the hearing, Durk's father gave an interview confirming the legal team submitted a bond request and are now waiting for the court's decision.